It's time. Hey, what's up, everybody? Look who I found. It's Keenan Cornelius. Keenan, how are you doing, sir?
I'm doing good, man. Feeling very good.
Now, we just caught you here over at the FIVE Grappling. You had a super fight. Things went pretty well.
It did. Yeah, this was my third time facing Matheus Diniz, but I hadn't faced him since brown belt. So that's like almost 4 years ago now. So it was good to feel him again, feel like the old competitor vibe. And he's a really cool guy, too, so it was just good to be out there again.
It was nice to see the two of you palling around backstage. You guys are cordial and very sweet to each other. It's a nice bounce of change from most people talking shit to each other. So
right. Yeah, absolutely. I feel like, I mean, it's just my opinion, but I don't think that necessarily like brings more attraction to your fighting, like to watch you fight necessarily, because in jiu-jitsu, I could go on about this for a while. Stop me if I start babbling. But like in jiu-jitsu, we make our money from teaching, and no one wants to learn from an asshole, you know? So if you start talking shit, like you're going to polarize the community a little bit with the people who like you and the people who don't like you, right? And so I feel like it's better to just be yourself and just be chill, and because that way everyone likes you.
Maybe.
Maybe.
It depends on what your personality is really thinking about.
Right, obviously.
Because my question is, what if you don't have great jiu-jitsu? Then you kind of need to like amp it up and like be a shit talker.
It's different for everyone, but most of the guys out there have good jiu-jitsu, you know?
There's not anybody out there that you want to have like a Mayweather or McGregor press tour with?
You know, I actually hung out with AJ Agazarm a lot this weekend.
I noticed that.
And we used to have like beef, kind of, but it was more just like playful internet stuff. We never saw each other in person really, but he's actually a really cool guy. But like if I were to do something, I'd probably choose him again to have my Mayweather Conor McGregor battle.
Which would you be?
Did I just spoil it because I told him?
I think you did. Yeah,
cool.
Yeah. But here's the thing, like it kind of breaks kayfabe, or a pro wrestling term, of like disbelief when we see the two of you palling around in some nice cars.
Right.
But you were putting this up on social media, and the internet is saying you're back,
right.
According to very, very popular websites all around. Are you back? Are you like John Wick now?
Yes, I'm back. I had a lot of injuries that sort of hit me like one after the other, and some life stuff I was dealing with as well, and so it's just kind of bad timing. So the last year, I missed the main tournaments because like 3 injuries in a row. It was like my neck into my ankle into my knee, and they sort of like right when one healed, I'd be like, okay, I got to get back into it, like go hard now, like I got to make up for lost time. I'd get injured again. Same thing happened again. Like okay, now I really got to hustle. And then after the third one, I was like, okay, maybe I should like heal fully. Then come back at it full. So within the last 3 months now, I've been injury free, and I've been trying to compete as much as I can. And since then, I've done a seminar tour and did a super fight in Singapore, and then came back and fought nationals, and I won double gold there. And then I just did this match, and then at the end of this month, I'll be in Boston competing again. So I'll be very active in the circuit this year. Awesome. For sure.
Well, congratulations on American Nationals. I saw that. You know, you and Hinger. I mean, he's the worst, preventing you from winning. Right. In the no-gi side, correct?
Yeah, we both sort of blocked each other off from the quadruple gold. So,
what a terrible problem to have.
I know, right? But he beats me no-gi all the time anyway. So we kind of knew that if we had to face each other in our respective gi versus no-gi, we knew what would happen. So, sure. But I think
can I propose an idea?
Sure.
Can you just wear the gi and he wears no-gi
and compete like that,
or switch? I
think he would win because I wouldn't be. I need grips. Yeah. So if he wore a gi,
but if he wore a gi and then you went no gi,
yeah, he would have no chance. So it would be the same either way, I guess. So that doesn't work. But yeah, I don't particularly like closing out. Really, I feel like closing out can lead to the same sort of resentments that can come from beating someone as well, because one person may feel like they don't want to close out, but they're sort of pressured into it, maybe by the team or something like that. So I think it's always better to just give everyone a fair shot to fight, whether that you have seniority over them, like within the community or within your gym or whatever. So obviously if someone doesn't want to fight, I'm not going to force them to fight, but that's just my philosophy on it. I'd rather fight and lose because I know I can handle it emotionally. It doesn't bother me. I think it's better to give the opportunity for your teammate to also win as well, rather than try and
you guys have a lot of killers, so it's, you know, it's attrition at some point.
That's just the nature of training in a super high level gym. Is we have some of the best. We have like the 3 best middle heavies in the world at our gym, like me, Andre Galvao, and Lucas Barbosa. So we all have to sort of compete and fight, and we can stagger around the weights a little bit and make sure it's fine. Sure. And Josh obviously is in that weight as well. So it's just part of the game. At
dinner, do you like just try to suggest like maybe you should eat more? Have you ever thought of that? I mean, you know, offer to buy them some food.
We were just talking about this the other night because I said I'm going to Chicago for the Chicago Open. He's like, don't you dare go near Chicago. That's my turf. Because Josh has won quadruple gold there twice. And I was like, man, I gotta go, and I gotta do it. And he's like, fine, I'm gonna fight you then. And I was like, dude, just go heavyweight or middle heavy. I'm fighting heavyweight. You're like a middleweight or something. And he's like, no, I'm going heavyweight just to spite you.
Guys,
but it's all in good fun.
Well, I mean, we're going to run with it like it's not. Breaking news here, trouble in paradise over at Atos. Let's go back to this, because I wanted to talk about this. There was this whole beautiful little, like, fantasy camp that you guys seem to do for ADCC. I don't know that people have an idea, so do you mind telling us what the hell that is? Because I just saw Snapchats of you guys just living the life, training, and then all of a sudden driving cars to dinner all the time. That seemed about what Snapchat told me you were doing.
Yeah, there's a certain person who's a very generous benefactor of the jiu-jitsu community, and usually he prefers to be unnamed, so I don't know if he wants to be named or not, so I'm not going to mention his name. But I've known him for a long time, and he is somewhat related to the ADCC promotion, and sometimes he will like want to train, right? But he doesn't really have a gym that he trains at, but he knows all of the competitors, so he just invited us out to train with him. And he was nice enough. I was coming back from my trip from Asia. He invited me to come train, and I consider him a good friend, so I just stopped by, like, yeah, sure, I'll train, but I have to, like, train for this fight. I have 2 matches the next week, and he's like, oh, bring up, like, who we need. Like, let's build, like, a little camp to train for you, and, like, so he put that together for me, and we were able to train, and we all had a good time, and we got to hang out with Gordon and Ryan and Nicky Ryan, and it was just fun. I think it was cool to see, like, you hear a lot about, like, oh, it's a politics-free zone at different gyms and stuff, but, like, it should be like that everywhere, I think, you know? I don't know. I think jiu-jitsu should be an open sport to everyone. I don't have any problem with training with anyone, whether you're my competitor or not. I don't really hold grudges against people if they beat me in the past or anything. So, and I thoroughly enjoy learning from other people and, like, other schools and schools of thought and stuff. So I had a great time learning from Gordon and Ryan, and I tried to show them what I know about no-gi, but they have really, really good no-gi stuff. So I mean, it might not have been a fair trade, but it was still really cool to do that.
Can I make a suggestion? I know you're saying that there should be no politics and you shouldn't judge anybody, but can we judge Nicky Ryan? Like, is it okay to judge this child for being too good at jiu-jitsu?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like that's appropriate. When I've interviewed him and you realize that he can't drive, but yet the future looks bright for that young man, it's okay to judge him, right?
Sure, though. Yeah, I'd for sure judge Nicky Ryan, but I would judge him in a very positive way, because that kid is he's something special, man. He's going to be really, really good one day. Like, absolutely. He's already, like, in the right scene at such a young age, and he's already so good. I have nothing but good things to say about Nicky Ryan. I was really impressed with him, and he was one of my main training partners out there. The first time I rolled with Nicky Ryan, man, he tried to tear my leg off. Like, he really tried to, like, break it. I think because he thought I wasn't going to tap. So, like, he like really wanted me to tap to it. It was at Studio 540 when I trained with him. Yeah. I was like, geez, bro, like, I'll just tap. It's not a big deal. But, like, his face when he trains, it's just like so intense. But he takes it really seriously. But he's so good. And I learned a lot from him, too. That's
got to be so great, because when we talk about former competitors, there was the whole thing of you guys, you and Gordon having this long submission only, no time limit, bake a dish, set basically all of your programming games, finish Super Mario Brothers 9 times over. That's how many things that you could have done in the amount of time that you guys had that. Forever, and then when you guys end up getting the chance to train together, it does show a great sort of difference. Were you guys able to talk about that match at all, or does any of that ever come up?
I mean, there's nothing really to talk about in the match, you know? He caught me in it, and that's just how it went. Like, I wasn't able to submit him in the amount of time. But no, like I said, I don't dwell on the past, and I don't really need to, like, go back and, like, see what I did wrong, really, you know? Because it was, like, the whole match was decided in an instant, at like an hour and a half into it, you know? The rest of the match, like, nothing really happened too much. We were just rolling, you know? So, I mean, I think they're really cool guys, and I left there, like, having even more respect for them than before, because, like, there's no one really mean in the jiu-jitsu community. You can't find a mean guy. Like, no matter what their personality is or how they portray themselves online, they're all, like, sweethearts, man. They're all just big softies, all of those guys. Like, if you hang out with them and meet them, you couldn't find a bad thing about them. It's like, maybe that's boring to say, but
it is boring to say. Just, you know what, here's how you fix it. You just say one bad thing about AJ, and then it all goes to wash. Yeah, so, know, but AJ obviously is watching this, because if it's got his name in an SEO search, he definitely knows it exists. Well, let's talk about this. The future is bright for you as well. ADCC is coming up, of course, so you're going to be all nice and healed up, but we want to keep you healthy. I don't know if that means putting you in some bubble wrap, but we want to make sure that you are healthy, sir.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to like, I'm trying to stay as healthy as possible while compete as much as possible, because at this point in my career, I finally realized that longevity is important, right? In the past, I've killed myself to train, you know, and like train through injuries, train through all that stuff. But you can avoid that, and ultimately, long term, it's going to keep you on the mats more than if you just like go crazy the whole time. So I'm training for longevity. Obviously, I'll be in great shape for everything still. But if I have something that's bothering me and I need to heal up, I'm going to take the time to do that and make sure that I don't like fight off too many Josh Hinger guillotines without tapping, and then I have my neck get screwed up.
Yeah, please.
So tap early and often, especially in training.
Turns into a G.I. Joe PSA all of it.
I know, right? But it's true. Like, that's how you get hurt. It's not like from, it's like from, you can get out of the arm bar and you know you can, but if you get out of it, it's going to like take like a little piece off of that arm forever, you know, and then it's going to add up. Next thing you know, you have tendonitis in your arm, you know? So, yeah. So I'm trying to stay healthy, but I'll keep training super hard as well.
I enjoy this, Keenan. It sounds like you are continuing to mature, even though your jiu-jitsu's always been fairly mature. You're evolving as a human being.
What do you think?
I mean, I've seen better. That's all.
My jiu-jitsu has hints of immaturity in it.
Hints of immaturity. I'm letting you know. The funniest part is being around. People saw that you were doing this. I guess new to them, because you said that you were palling around a new guard. Was it the Mantis guard? Is that what you're doing? What is this new guard that you're talking about?
Where? What? I think I mentioned that I have a new sweep that I was working on.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm always working on new guard stuff, but most of it at this point is sort of derivatives of some lapel thing.
Everybody knows that, but don't say that.
Yeah.
That way you can claim it and get all the searches
like
for you.
There are some things like the crab guard was totally new for me, but it's more of like someone who plays half guard. I don't play half guard, so I don't put as much time into working on that guard. But I think it has a lot of potential.
Well, because one thing that I did see today over at FIVE, obviously a lot of great work from Bottom, but there was this kind of rubber guard that you're doing, and it was with the lapel. Do you have a name for this?
I don't have a name for it, but actually Jamil showed me that when like a green belt a long time ago.
Interesting.
Yeah, back when I trained at Lloyd Irvin's. Jamil showed me that behind the back grip, and I use it from close guard sometimes, so that's not my move.
That's okay.
But I play with it.
Do you want to take it and I can name it for you?
No.
Because listen, trademark, the Gubber guard.
The Gubber guard?
Yeah, the Gubber guard.
Interesting.
The Goober guard.
Goober.
Call it whatever you want. We can work it out in post.
I like Goober guard.
You like Goober guard? Okay. Because all I know is I kept looking at it and everybody was like, what is that? And I was like, it's the Goober guard. I'm going to talk with Keenan. We'll have a video out by Monday, so no big deal. No pressure. Just make it good.
Okay, I'll work on a good system from there.
Well, obviously you are continuing to do great things, and ADCC's coming up. You're going over to Boston. I hear you're doing a seminar over there?
Yes, I have 2 seminars. One is going to be at Essential BJJ at JT Torres' gym in New Jersey. And then the other one is going to be at Gabriel Gonzaga's gym outside of Boston. So if you're in those areas, check those out.
You miss JT?
Of course. JT's like my long-term sensei. He's been there from the beginning. So wherever he goes, I got to go stop by and say what's up and let him crush my guard a little.
Well, be sure to tell them we say hello as well. Well, Keenan, before we get you on out of here, can we take care of your sponsors, all the people who make it, so that you can do all this thing forever and ever? Absolutely.
My main sponsor, Hyperfly. They stayed with me through all my injuries, which I really appreciate. And probably wasn't they weren't the most stoked on that I couldn't compete. But I'm trying to make it up to them now, and by competing a lot and making some waves. My sponsor, Armbar Soap, keeping me clean and on the mats, and Ray Delgado San Diego, where I'm hoping I'm going to go eat tonight, some churrascaria.
Very nice.
And then my personal self-sponsor, KeenanOnline.com.
Oh, of course, yes. Can't get out of here without getting that. Before we leave, last question for you, sir. I noticed that you were doing Twitch. You were doing all these different things. You had the Keenan Cornelius show. So you got to wear my hat for a little while, and I'm curious, what did you learn by doing what I do all of this time?
It's hard work, man. That's why I don't do it anymore.
This is easy. It's a dog and pony show. I just come up and ask you questions, right?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm just shy. But, yeah, I was working with my friend Echo Charles on that stuff, and we did it for a while, and, like, then it just, like, I sort of just overthought it, and, like, I got nervous about it and didn't want to, like, put myself out there as much. But I'm sort of open to it again. I think I'm ready. I mean, I can make it back into that. Could be fun.
Let's do this. If you ever need help, just send it my way. right. And I'll tell you exactly what you would tell me if you were helping me with jiu-jitsu, which is it's just never going to happen. No, obviously I thought, you know, it's very, you're not hopeless. Everybody has hope, except you, I think. But Keenan, you did a fun job. You're always affable. You know, that's the one thing I when I saw those things go up, I was like, you know, you're great on Twitch. You should be doing those things. And I think now, when they used to take them down, but now they're letting people do whatever the hell they want on there.
Yeah.
So, you know, you should be doing all that stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, I got banned from Twitch. That's part of the reason I stopped, because they wouldn't let me review jiu-jitsu footage. And I was on Twitch originally because I was playing a lot of video games because I was injured, you know, so what was I going to do, really? And but I haven't been playing any video games since I've been not injured. But
then what the hell were you doing the whole time?
Well, now that I'm not injured.
When you were injured, though, you were injured for a little while.
Yeah. Well, I just play video games and study jiu-jitsu.
Raph, I didn't play video games at all. What'd you do when you were injured? Played video games.
Yeah, I mean, what else am I going to do? I only know jiu-jitsu. That's literally all I know. If I can't do that, what am I going to do?
Well, you are
I should have gone back to school or something.
No. Boring. That's stupid. Well, Keenan, I want to thank you so much for your time out here. Obviously, it's always a pleasure running into you. I hope the next time I get to run into you, we get to discuss some great wins over at ADCC. I think that'd be a lot of fun, sir. Well, hey, guys, keep it locked here at verbaltapcast.com for more information. And this guy, I guess he's okay at jiu-jitsu. Good work out there, guys. That's the hardest I've worked yet in a competition class.
Guys, you know what would be insane? If someone made a tournament outside on the ocean. What? And what if it had like a party vibe? Like a DJ, some acai, maybe some cocktails? What?
It would have to be on the ocean by an aircraft carrier.
What? Eric, nobody would ever do that.
Of course they would.
No, they wouldn't. Nobody would ever make that kind of a tournament.
That is a pretty crazy idea.
I don't think so, man.
Eric, you have several ideas.